Just a quick video on the Air Fryer 360, Emeril Lagasse's Air Fryer. This is for those of you that are on the fence, those of you that have been watching the infomercials, trying to decide, and perhaps have seen a couple of negative reviews. For those of you that are just in the market for an air fryer, maybe you saw this particular model on sale, I want to address some of the comments out there and videos regarding, in particular, regarding this unit smoking. And I also wanted to just highlight some of the things that I like about it, some of the things I don't, and perhaps help some of you decide. So as far as the smoking, yes, it is possible for this unit or any other air fryer to go, to start smoking, but that is a function of the user. That is not, this unit will not start smoking due to any malfunction. I should add, the only time this unit has ever smoked was day one, first time I ever used it, and it's supposed to smoke. So when you, and it's the same thing when you get a brand new toaster. You're supposed to heat it up for about, I don't know, 10 minutes, whatever it says in the instruction booklet, and the coating on these heating elements will, burn off, or whatever that is, oil, I don't know what they put on there. That's meant to happen. You'll see it, you'll smell it. Unfortunately, that's not what people are referring to when they say it smokes. So again, I've used this dozens and dozens and dozens of times. Never once did it smoke, because of, for any reason. Not because of anything that I've done, and not because of the unit itself. So again, the people who are witnessing smoke, it's generally a result of either some type of oil or food getting stuck on the heating elements. This unit has 5 heating elements. There are 2 on the bottom, just like a toaster, these little rods that get hot, they light up like red, as well as 2 on the top, and there's a 5th one. A lot of people ask, where is the 5th one? It's right here inside where the fan is. It's a convection oven, it works with a fan. That's where the 5th heating element is. So if oil splatters or any kind of juices land on here, or any kind of cheese lands on here, yes, it is possible that your unit will start to smoke. There's one particular YouTube video out there, or claim on a YouTube video that this thing smokes, and if you take a look at the gentleman's, I'm not judging people, but you take a look at the gentleman's air fryer, I've never seen anything like it, not to mention the rest of the area that he cooks in, but like there's splattered grease everywhere, dirt everywhere. I think he does a separate review on just cleaning this thing, but you need to maintain this. This is it is sort of delicate in that sense. You can't just let grease go everywhere and splatter. If grease gets in here with the fan, it will start to smoke. And like I said, just like a toaster oven, if something, your toaster would smoke too. So it's nothing particular about this unit. It's in your control to let it not, to have it not smoke. If it does smoke, it's your own fault. You could argue that it's susceptible to stuff falling on the elements just by the design, but I'm going to show you just how I use it, how I try to keep it clean, and how to avoid getting food and oil on there. So first thing I do, it comes with a drip tray. I line my drip tray with a tin foil. That makes cleaning so much easier. So if anything does fall down here, crumbs, cheese, whatever, I can easily just slide this out, and then I just change out the foil. This goes in the bin, and I replace it. I'm not scrubbing. Sometimes cheese would get burnt on there. It gets black, or it's very hard to get off. I don't have that problem, and if you follow this, neither will you. So this drip tray always stays in the bottom, catches crumbs, from if you have a sesame bagel, whatever it is, that does that. Now, you'll notice this is a rack that it comes with, and this can be placed anywhere. But another unit that it comes with is a baking sheet, and this too, I line it up with foil. Same reasoning, allows me to clean quickly. I just discard it after I'm done cooking. Everything that's in the fryer or whatever gets stripped in there. If I place something directly on here, no issues. But how do you protect this heating element, or the ones on the bottom? Unfortunately, this by itself does not fit in. You always have to place it on a rack. So what they have, as you saw before, this rack sits right above this heating element. Now, place the tray there. Your concern is, well, how's it going to heat up if you're using the air fryer? The air fryer itself, when the air fryer is on or the convection oven is on, it's only using the fan and the heating element on this side right here. It doesn't actually cook with those elements down there. Now, when you turn the unit on, when you turn the convection oven on, you will see those heating elements light up and get hot, and the ones on top as well. And that's just to preheat the oven to get the internal temperature, whatever, you know, the 385 or 400, whatever you have it set to. But once it actually starts running on the air fryer function, it's not using that. But it is still possible to, you know, the stuff can still land on there. It still will get hot. So you don't, and for future use, you don't want anything to get burned on there for the next time you use it. So the answer is keep this down here. Now, you could argue that that could affect the whole flow of air. The idea is that there's air flowing throughout the whole unit. You know, it's hard to judge. I can tell you that when I do take this out, I make my own French fries. French fries are probably the best thing that comes out, and that in itself is worth having this or purchasing the Air Fryer 360. But I place the potatoes up here, I cut them up, and for French fries, since they don't drip or I don't have any issues, they're not going to fall or anything, I don't even use this, and my French fries come out perfectly. I'll roll on a clip of that right now. When I'm cooking fish, chicken, and you're putting any kind of batter on there or crumbs, breadcrumbs, I do use this, and you know, I do get crispy air fried chicken and fish. However, it's not like, it takes longer. I'll tell you, it takes longer than whatever they suggest. If it's anywhere from 50% longer to even double the time sometimes. Is that because I'm placing this here? I'm not sure. I've seen the infomercial, I've watched very closely, they do the same. In addition, when he's using that rotisserie, he puts this, Emeril does this, Emeril will put this down there to catch the juices, and that's obviously what's recommended, because otherwise you're going to have major problems. It's going to spill all over here. So the short of it is, there are ways to keep it clean. It's not that difficult. I've been using it for a while, and you can see it's still fairly clean. If it does splatter because of the fan or whatever, and you get element, you got to just clean it off. You can't just let it build up like some people do, because if you do, it will go up in smoke. So it is in your control. Now, I already mentioned how it makes great French fries. This unit also makes perfect toast, and you have preset. You can set it to, you know, based on how many slices you want in there. It'll determine the time for you. And if you want the toasted buns for your hamburgers, it comes out perfect. The perfect, you know, just a light brown on top. If you want to make bagels, it comes out perfect. And you can set the dark, you know, the temperature, the dark. My old way, I used to use, as you know, this takes the place of a what do you call it? A toaster oven. Takes the place of a convection oven and a couple other things like rotisserie, whatever. But my old my old toaster oven was one of those dials, and it goes tick 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 tick, that type of thing, and then it go bing. This is all digital. It's down to the second. It has it perfect. Whereas before, you know, it was guesswork. I would, you know, crank it up, and hopefully, you know, I had to monitor and everything. This, you just set it, and then you can go do whatever else, you know, finish your other cooking. So it's I love it for that alone. The other thing, just aside from how well it cooks, the advantage of having this during the summer, if you live in a warm climate, is that if you have whether you have gas or electric, you're not going to heat up your whole kitchen or your whole house for that matter, or apartment. This unit does give off some heat. I mean, at the end of the day, there's good heat. Some heat comes out of here, but it's nothing remotely close to what comes out of an oven, especially at the high temperatures. In addition, if you have an electric oven right now, convection or otherwise, this unit will save you a lot of money. You don't have to use that whole heat up the whole oven and so forth. So for those advantages alone, it does make pizza very well. as I mentioned about the air fryer, everything you do, if you want to get crispy and everything, you still need to coat it with oil. The more oil you use, obviously, the better it comes out, but then you kind of defeat the purpose as far as, from a health perspective. But I use this spray. It's canola oil. You can use olive oil, whatever oil you want. But if you want that proper air fry, you do need to use some oil element. And even then, I've noticed that it does come out crunchy, but it can come out a little bit dry, perhaps because I'm using it a little bit longer. What else? I love, as far as the convection oven, it makes perfect veggie burgers. Why? Because they come out crispy on the outside and still very moist on the inside. That's just how I like it. It comes out great for that. So overall, is it the perfect unit? Or maybe, if you have to temper your expectations as far as the air fryer, I don't know that everything's going to come out looking like the Lagasse's, but at the end of the day, you got to be realistic. Nothing's going to taste like, chicken fried in deep oil or deep fried fish, fried in 2 inches of oil in a pan. It's just not going to be the same. But it is a healthier way to live, a healthier way to eat, and for the right price, I think it's worth it. And just so you know, the infomercial is not the only place to get it. So they claim it's the only place you can get it with all these, the rotisserie that came with it, the air fryer bags, all that stuff for 4 easy payments of $50. That's not true at all. I got this, is it on sale? Amazon has it for $178 with all the units. I could leave a link for that. Bed Bath & Beyond often has it on sale. You can get it elsewhere. And arguably, the return policy from Amazon, if you're not happy, is going to be a lot easier and better than the infomercial. So overall, net, as I said, if you get it for the right price, definitely worth it. It does the job well, but I'm sure you have a bunch of questions. If you do, please write them down in the comments below. As usual, I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you're on the fence, go ahead, make the purchase, buy your air fryer, start enjoying your air fryer, eat healthier, live longer. Honestly, just follow the tips that I mentioned. Keep the elements clean, use the tin foil, clean out the inside. You're going to be good to go, and you'll be happy. Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, again, please leave them down below. If you found this at all helpful, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more, subscribe down below. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you soon.